So welcome to a gorgeous day here at Me and You Acres. Hopefully the sun is shining wherever you are. In today's video, I am planting some things that I need to get started this week. I've sorted my seeds out into basically baggies, and anything that needed to be started in February, 8 to 12 weeks out, I would start them. I put them into the 8 to 12 week bag. And then I have a 4 to 6 week. So some of this stuff, it's actually about, I'm going to say 8 weeks, maybe 7 weeks before I plant in the ground. But I need to get some seeds going. And I'm also part of a seed challenge. So for those that don't know, Mike and I are taking part in the global gardening and homesteading community, a challenge that they're having. And it used to be called Shed Wars, and this year they renamed it, and they have started out with 2 teams, and the 2 teams were drafted. So for everybody that emailed Will It Grow or Homestead Aquarius prior to a certain date, they got drafted into a team, and whatever team whatever team has the most pounds at the end, we have a bird flying overhead, whatever team at the end of it has the most pounds wins the challenge. But there was also some latecomers, Angie, and many others. So I know it feels good to know that I'm not alone, or we're not alone, but we're called the Wilson's Misfits. You harvest your food, you weigh it, and you see how much individually food that you produce for your family. You can forage, you can hunt, fish, garden, basically whatever food you can produce is all part of the challenge. And so I'm excited, although I wasn't going to join until next year. But a few people, which I won't name, convinced me to join this year, even though it's our first year having a garden. And so an idea was brought up, take people along in the journey with you while you create your garden. So this year, my focus is on production. So my goal is to spend no more than $1,500. I'd like to stay closer to $1,000, but inflation. So the goal is to spend no more than $1,500 to give me a huge garden area. Included in that $1,500 will be the cost to make raised beds. So I'm trying to reduce costs that way and use things from around the homestead, scraps that we have from the build, etc. My goal is to save on how we create the garden. I also only spent, well, I got about $55 to $60 worth of seeds, but I was gifted a gift card for a seed company, and so I used that gift card. So I personally only spent $30 to $35 in seeds this year and used what I had, and I probably still have enough to go another couple of years. But I am trying to grow as much as I can from seed. I did buy a couple of fruit trees so we can get them started and in the ground. I got some elderberry cuttings, a spice bush, which I found, and I'm so excited to get. I looked everywhere and found an online store that had some and reached out to the owner, and so far everything's been good. So hopefully those plants come and everything is good. But I focused on the things, I think I spent $300 on fruit trees and cuttings and things like that. So I think so far, I'll have to tally up everything, but so far we're at about $400 to $500, and that's on things like I need soil. I had to buy a couple more trays. I bought a liquid fertilizer to help my seedlings once they get to a point where they need more nutrients than the soil can give. So everything all together, I want it to be no more than $1,500. And the area that we have picked for the garden, it is quite large. So the more we can produce with the seeds that we have, the better. But that $1,500 also has to include soil. So we're trying to figure out the best route to go. So I did reach out to somebody, and for 2 truckloads of soil, it would be $1,200. but it's $30 a yard to go pick it up. So we need to find either a dump trailer, or we need to kind of do the math to see if it's worth it in gas, because it's about an hour away. I'm going to see if I can find soil, topsoil in the town that Mike goes to school in, because that way he's going to school anyways. So if he can, you know, bring a trailer one day and go after work or school one day, then that's great. So whatever ways we can save, I have been keeping track. I have written down everything that we have spent. I found seed potatoes and I found seed onions, because unfortunately the onions that I started didn't really, hi Brody, didn't really take for me this year. And I did plant more and they're doing well, but it might be too late, and we eat a lot of onion. So I did find some seed onions for a great deal as well. But everything, all in, I don't want to spend one more penny than $1,500. This year, my personal goal is to produce more food than I actually spent on everything setting up for our first year. So I want to be able to produce $1,500 minimum worth of food so that the garden pays for itself in the first year. That's my goal. It's lofty, but that's my goal. So within the global gardening home and homesteading community, there's also mini challenges. And one of the mini challenges I'm taking part in is called the Secret Seed Challenge. And basically you find a partner, or you can have multiple, as John from Will It Grow put it, which I do. I have 3. But you send each other seeds, they send you seeds, and you can only give them 3 clues. That's it. So the people that I am partnering up with this year is Marilyn from Little Homestead by the Beach, Remy from Rim's Family Farm, and Annie from Back to Basics Homestead. I haven't received Annie's yet, but hers should arrive, today's Friday, so hers should arrive on Monday. The one that I got first was from Marilyn, so I'll read you what she wrote me. Hey Angie, here are some seeds for the Secret Seed Challenge. I hope you like them and find out what they are. So, she sent me 2. And I think I know what the second one is. The first one, I'm not so sure. But if you do know, please do not tell me, because we are supposed to figure it out. So, the first seed is edible, purple, and perennial. And these are the seeds that I got with that. And I have a clue, but I don't know. With the second one, I'm pretty sure I do know. Leafy green, oriental, eat young or older. I'm going to guess mustard. Leafy green mustard. So that's what I'm going to guess for the second one. And then Remy has me clueless. Let's read what Remy wrote. Let's see. They're not coming here, guys. Hey, Angie, here are the secret seeds. A, you can relax. Let's get them out. A, they are tiny. Is that focusing? There you go. Again, if you know them, don't tell me. A, you can relax. They are easy to grow. Plant them when you get them, and you should realize quick enough what they are. So drink your tea and enjoy planting. I'm going to say lemon balm for that one. That's what I'm going to say. For B, here's B. This one has me stumped. Imagine planting something that is good for all your 5 senses. Easy on the eyes, smells good, tastes just as good as coffee, and it doesn't have thorns. I'm sure if it could sing, it would. Plant them now and transplant after last frost. I've left clues in the text. Have fun finding them. So, if you can help me with the clues, that would be great. But again, don't tell me if you know what these seeds are. Please. And so I'm going to be planting them today. So there's really no instructions in these. there's a couple of tips. So again, for Remy's, there's no planting tips other than plant them now and transplant after last frost. So, that was, put it back into Marilene's envelope. So I learned a trick. I believe it was from Roots and Refuge. I learned a trick that if you are planting and there's no seed instructions and you don't know how deep to plant the seeds, go based off the size of the seeds. So for bigger seeds, you're going to want to plant deeper, typically. I mean, I'm sure there are some exceptions. So for like the top one there, I'm going to guess that that's 1/4 of an inch. And I'm going to guess that that's 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 an inch because they're a little bit bigger. So that's what I'm going to do for those 2 seeds. And for Remy's, these ones are super tiny. So I am going to surface sow them and just put a sprinkle of dirt. And for B, I'm going to do them basically the same, maybe a little bit deeper. But that's how I'm going to plant those. Also, I already do have my tomatoes and my peppers started. My peppers I started back in February. And I've actually shocked myself. I have to show you guys the planting room that Mike kind of constructed and where all the plants are at now. I surprised myself, and everything's doing, knock on wood, everything's doing really, really good. But after our live with Wilderstead about a week and a half ago, it was last Monday, I realized maybe I don't have enough tomatoes started. So it's not too late to do tomatoes. I might have to put these in a hoop house or something, but someone's I was gonna say, I'm surprised the dogs aren't barking. Oh, someone coming in. Someone is coming in. So I'm going to be planting some more Roma and San Marzano today, and I'm gonna plant them in, it's probably for Mike, this tray, and I'm gonna keep them in this tray. It's a deep root tray, but they're a little bit wider. Right there, buddy. Good boy. Good boy. So I needed a cup to water in the tomatoes, and I had to come back here to get it in my plant room. So I'm going to show you guys where everything is at so far. I will turn off my fan so that you don't hear it. I have lots of asparagus here. I have more asparagus there, more asparagus. We got a bunch of toothache plants started. Woohoo! We got some of those onions I was talking about there. They're doing pretty good. I got a bunch of celery and some more onions. This is my pride and joy. Look at those peppers. Look at those peppers. They're doing super awesome. And loving life in here. So, and these are the tomatoes that I had started last week or the week before. March 27th is when I started these guys. So, and these peppers are doing so good. We've also got some more tomatoes here. I think I'm going to grow those for my mom because they're perfect slicer. I had some flowers started here, some traveling onions, some lettuce that I'm going to try to grow so we can eat it before gardening season. We have some lemon basil, some more peppermint, the asparagus. Oh, this fell over. Some more asparagus. And so this peppermint here, which takes forever. I can't remember. I started this like 3-4 weeks ago, maybe 4 weeks ago, and they're still teeny tiny. Some more early onions. So if I do get some harvest, these ones will be the one that I grew from scratch. A friend of mine just gave some basil to me, some peppers, more peppers for my mom. And we got fenugreek, sage, I think that's sage. For some reason, I forgot to mark it. Flat parsley, curled parsley, and some cumin. We eat a lot of cumin, so I'm going to try to grow it this year. Other herbs, we have bronze leaf fennel. We have holy basil, which none of that germinated, so I'm going to try that again. Za'atar oregano, which we got some germination happening, so that's good. Marjoram, yarrow, and more triple curled parsley because I love parsley. We have some straw flowers, calendula, and the straw flowers. So yeah, so this is my plant room so far, and we're running out of room, so I have to, oh, there's some more onions that I started, and then some more of that. Those are for my mom. I have one more row, which I can put these in. These are some cayenne peppers, so I'll put those in my extra slots. And I needed this cup. I wanted to show you guys, if you don't have a watering can, which I don't. So if you don't have a watering can, basically you just pour some water into here and water that way. So I can replace that with some cayennes. These were started February 12th, and I know they're a bit stunted because I put them all together, but I ran out of room. So what we're gonna do is just squeeze that, and I don't have I normally put all my spent soil into a container, which I don't have. So I don't want to wreck the roots if I can help it. So I'm just gonna gently pull. Look at the roots. Even though he's little, he's mighty. There we go. Perfect. And then the last two. Perfect. And then I like to take most of the soil away so I can see what my little guy is doing. Okay. So we'll leave that there. You don't have to do what I do. I might do things a little differently than you, but this is what I do. And I could be hurting the plant. I don't know. If you were part of our live, my method of planting is plant and pray, plant and hope. So I usually get good produce. I do want to expand on my learning though. So by watering them from the bottom, if I have a liquid fertilizer, an organic one that I use. Oh, I just ripped that root. It gives me a chance once they've established themselves to also, if they need, to have some fertilizer. So there we go. This one has some good roots too though. And I only press the soil down really, really gently. So it has more ability to get deeper roots. So I'm not going to water these in because this soil is pretty wet. But there we go. So I got, hopefully all these tomatoes germinate. And I got, instead of having one thing that is whatever, I have those cayennes in here now. And if they don't make it, these were spares, so at least I have a little bit more room. I'll show you guys the garden area. You guys haven't seen it since a lot of the trees came out, so I'll show you guys. And I'm barefoot right now. So first, my driveway is a river. So we are building ditches in here and all along down here. And then we're going to put a culvert in here so that this doesn't happen, because this is all uphill right here. And so we want to divert the water away from the house. But this I have waited for forever. Walking barefoot. I love it. So the garden area is basically going to be from like right around here all the way to that birch line. And then it's going to go basically from before the hydro line all the way down to about like right here. So there's a lot of work that has to get done, but compared to where it was last year, it's doing awesome. And we have some help from somebody that's going to cut down trees. It's hard to believe, just a few days ago this was all snow and I couldn't walk up here. The goal is to have a greenhouse come off the side of the house to walk up into here so that I have an entrance from here. We're going to have my orchard area will be, so there's the apple tree right there. So basically I want to be able to come out the back door and from the apple tree walk up. So we have to create a path into this garden area. And then I would love from the front door to be able to walk out and up the hill. We'll do some either stone stairs, railroad tie stairs or something, but we'll do natural steps coming up into the garden area. And then this is my garden space. Not much has been going on with the house. We still hope to get the upstairs done by the end of April, minus the ceiling and the staining of the walls and floors. So our room is all framed out. And we're going to be working on the linen closet, the bathroom, the grandchildren room, and then the parents' little nook that will basically house a mattress and a place for them to sleep. So that, is why you shouldn't wear no shoes in an area. But I walk around bare feet anyways. But that is the goal to have done by the end of April, is to have the upstairs all framed out. My next paycheck, we are going to buy windows. Mike delivered the door to a friend at school, and her husband is going to create a door frame for that front door, take something off our plate. So the front door hopefully will be going in soon too. One step at a time. Anyways, I'm gonna go have fun playing in the mud barefoot.